Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want our praise, glory, and honor. Supposed to y'all by saying, Hallelujah. Yahweh is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Elohim of Israel, the Holy One of Israel, the Savior and Redeemer of Israel. Torah Tanakh, Old Testament, the Book of Life, the Book of Remembrance, 10 toes down, and will love to all the chosen ones, the chosen elect, and chosen remnant of Israel. I blow kisses to you all. I love you all. Stay strong. Keep your head up. Stay positive. Don't quit. Never give up. Stay the course to the end. And keep praising Yah all the way to the grave. All the way to the graveyard. Hallelujah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another video. Another video. Another video. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mikkel. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and turn post notifications and turn the bell so you start dropping, upload a video, you'll be notified. So turn the bell, ding, 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 ding. And if you like this video, then please give that thumbs up. Ching, ching. And I hope everyone is having a day of learning how to overcome being the scapegoat of your family. I'm also having a day of learning how to overcome being the scapegoat of my family. For today's topic, subject, and title, and this spiritual teaching and spiritual message that I'm going to be doing is going to be on, and it's going to be about, are you the scapegoat of your family? Let me get some water before I get started. Let me clear my throat. Okay. Because I know, because a scapegoat is someone that the family take all their problems out on. So just think back, reflect and think back to your childhood and analyze all the situations and events that occurred and happened in your childhood with your parents and your family. A scapegoat is someone that the family puts all the blame on, because it's family that got secrets, and they put the blame on one person. They put the blame on this one child and this one person, and it's to make them feel better about themselves, because they're covert narcissists. They're covert narcissists and arrogant, and deep down they are insecure and feel bad about themselves. Deep down they have a low self-esteem, and they really think bad and low about themselves. So they take all their problems and they put it on this one person. They take all their problems and they put all the blame on this one person, and it's to make them feel more higher and superior than that person. It makes them feel like they are above. They're above and is greater than this person. Excuse me. Yeah, because narcissists, they do that. Deep down they have a low self-esteem, but they're going to they bully, belittle, and constantly they bully, belittle, and constantly put someone down just to build themselves up. And it's the cover up for them having oh, it's the cover up for them having a low self-esteem. Oh no, something going my throat. Yes. Yes. They belittle and put down someone else. They pick a person that they see as weak. Someone that's like weak, maybe kind, a timid, shy, and quiet. But they put them down. They just totally put them down and belittle them. They belittle them and put them down because it helps them to build up their self-esteem. So they bully, they pick on and try to lower someone else's self-esteem just to build up their own self-esteem. And now that I'm reflecting and thinking back, I realized that I'm the scapegoat of my family. I've always been the scapegoat of my family. I've been a scapegoat of my family since I was young. They picked me as a scapegoat, and I know why. I'm not gonna say why, but I first realized that I was a scapegoat. I'm like, why? But then I start analyzing and putting all the pieces together. I start figuring out the pieces of the puzzle to my family and these secret family secrets. Yeah, I put all the pieces together of my family and all the secrets of my family. I put together as to why I was picked and chosen as the scapegoat. I'm going to say, well, for one reason, I'm going to say my oldest sister, which she is 19 years older than me. She got jealous that our mom got pregnant with me. I guess she was because she was just jealous that I guess she didn't want to have a much younger sibling. She was jealous of this younger sibling taking the attention off of her. I mean, you're 19 years older than me. You got all the attention for about 10 years because my my older sister is 10 years older than my brother, and my brother is 9 years older than me. So she got all the attention for 10 years. And after my brother was born, she still got attention. My mother and father did not slight her. She still got attention. So, but she's just selfish. My oldest sister is very selfish, self-centered. She's all about self. Everything is about her. She likes a lot of attention. She likes being bragged on. She likes being the center of attention. She just loves a lot of attention. She got to be the whole show. She got to be all that. She got to be the best and tops out of everything and everyone. So she was jealous of a younger sibling getting all the attention and not her. So she was jealous, envious, and had a resentment against my mother having me. She did not want me to be born. So when my mother had me, she picked me for the scapegoat, and she badmouthed me. She would badmouth me and speak bad things into the universe against me. She would speak bad things into existence against me. I remember because growing up, and I spoke about this before, but growing up, I was very shy. I was so shy. I was quiet. I was just at my own little shell. I was in my own little shell, my own bubble, my own little world. I was in my own world. And I was just so shy. I won't say timid. Maybe I was timid in a shy way. I was timid as far as being real shy and quiet and withdrawn in that sense of way. But if someone would get smart with me, I got smart with that person back. And if someone hit me, I hit them back and I would fight. I wasn't a scaredy cat, a chicken, and had fear and feared people and feared things. But I'll say timid as far as being shy. Timid as far as being shy, withdrawn, and real quiet. I would put it in that way. And so, and because of that, it's like I felt like I always had to walk on eggshells because it's like every time I made a mistake or messed up on something, I would get talked to real bad. I would get talked to in a wrong manner, and I would get fussed at real bad. I would get scolded bad, and it's like mainly my older sister and sometimes my mother. They would say, "I don't know what's wrong with that girl brain," but mainly my sister would say, "I don't know what's wrong with that girl brain. I don't know what we're going through her brain sometimes." And she like, "Look, Mikkel, you gotta be this way. You gotta get more responsible. You gotta do this. You gotta be more alert. You gotta do this. You gotta be that way." That was young. I mean, young people not perfect. Young people make mistakes. Every time I made a mistake and I messed up on something or there was a misunderstanding, I would get scolded and fussed at real bad. I was not talked to in a nice manner. I was not talked to in a nice way. I was talked to, I was put down. I was talked to like a dog. I was talked to very bad. And yeah, I just got talked to very bad. It's like there was no pity on me. It's like everyone would say, let's pick on Mikkel. This problem going on, these secrets going on with the family, and let's just put all the blame on Mikkel. Let's just pick on Mikkel. Let Mikkel be the scapegoat that we pick on. That's how I was. And I, I said it growing up. I hated school, starting from elementary, middle, and high school. I hated school. I did not. I did not like school. I did not like school. I always hated school. I just felt like school wasn't for me, and it's not. School is just it's programming us to make us think how they want to make us think and be. In school is a program us to work for these corporations, these jobs, and its companies. School never taught us how to be entrepreneurs, be self-employed, and to know how to run your own business. School never taught us that. School taught us to be slaves for another person. Keep working a 9 to 5 all your life. Retire get your pension, get your retirement. But school taught us how to be slaves for someone else, how to be slaves for these corporations, these businesses, and these jobs. It never taught us how to be self-employed, be an entrepreneur, and build our own businesses and build our own corporations. School never taught us that. We was never taught that in school. So that's why I never liked school. That's why I never clicked and liked school. Most chosen ones don't like school because we knew school was BS and brainwashing us as MK Ultra and mind controlling us to think and be how they want us to be in their society. Be a slave and work for their society. That's all school did. And us chosen ones knew that. So that's why we never liked school, because us chosen ones was always aware that school, us chosen ones was always aware that school was just a brainwashing program, a, a mind control MK Ultra program to educate us on being a slave for their society. School made us be a slave for school made us be a slave for the society that the elites and the powers that be rule and is in charge of and control. School made us be a slave for their program. And us chosen ones knew that. Because us chosen ones always knew that, that's why we never liked school. That's why we never clicked with school. That's the reason why. That's why. So because I never liked school and I didn't care about studying, I admit I made bad grades. I did poorly from elementary, middle, and high. I would study by spells. On occasions, sometimes and once in a while, I would study and make decent and good grades sometimes. But most of the time, I didn't study. I just hated school. I did not care for school. So I didn't study. I did not apply myself and study. I did not put my mind to it. I didn't have my head in the books. So I made bad grades and did poorly. And because of that, I mean, of course parents will say, you got to make good grades, study and do good. But my sister and my mom, it's like, they just came straight out, always down at me. You gotta study. What's wrong with you? You gotta pass. It's just like it's like they're saying, you can't be slow. And but they never tried to really sit me down, talk to me, never took me to no counselor to try to find out why she not studying, what is going on, why she don't want to study and apply herself, what is going on. They never did that. They never tried no solution in more of a nice way. It's always straight out mean. It's always just straight out, always fussing at me, always nagging me, always talking down to me. It's kind of always degrading me, always making me feel bad about myself. It was always like that. That's how I always felt. I know I'm the black sheep. That's why I'm wearing this black shirt on this video, because it represents me being the black sheep. On the black sheep, I was always different. I'm the one that's chosen and awoke. I'm the most awoke person in my family. So black sheep and a scapegoat. I'm not just a black sheep, I'm also a scapegoat of my family. I was always a scapegoat of my family. And they never just said, yeah, they were just like, I think, all because I made bad grades, they just took it as I was slow and dumb and slightly retarded. And because they felt like I was slow and dumb, they felt like I was not talented. So it made them pick me more as a scapegoat, and that made them choose me more as a scapegoat, because they felt like she's dumb, slow, and she's not talented. They feel like she dumb, slow, she's not talented. So we just pick her as a scapegoat. We just choose her as a scapegoat and put all our problems on her to validate us and make us feel better than how we really feel about ourselves. We put all the problems on her so we can't get these problems off of our backs. Yeah, because and my mom, I would say my mom had a bad C-section when she was having me. They clamped her, but her stomach did not close up right away. So they keep clamping her stomach until it closed up on its own. Her stomach had to heal and close up on its own. And because they left her with a bad stomach, her stomach is out of shape. It messed her with a big, large, messed up stomach, unattractive stomach. And when I was younger, I looked more like my father. Yes. When I was younger, I looked more like my father. But as I got older, I started favoring and looking more like my mother. I now look more like my mother. But when I was younger and I looked more like my father, I fell in my mom because my father and mother, they broke up. My father took my mother's name off of the insurance policy. I spoke about this in my past videos, but I'll speak about it briefly again. My father caught a brain tumor, and brain tumors mess your mind up and make you not think straight. But my father got sick and he caught a brain tumor, and he started taking his problems out on my mother, and he became bitter about his illness. He became bitter that he was sick and going to die soon. He became bitter and started taking all his problems out on my mother. And his mother, my grandmother, was evil, and she turned against my mother. But my mother did not make my father sick. He got sick on his own. But my father and my evil grandmother also took it out on my mother, and they were scheming against my mother. She convinced my father to take my my evil grandmother. She convinced my father to take my mother's name off of the insurance policy. And listen, because like I say, my father, he turned bitter and started taking his problems out on my mother, and he became mean and stopped being mean to my mother. My father started being mean to my mother. And he just turned on her. So he listened to his mother to cut him off the insurance policy. So they got separated and they broke up and went their separate ways. And my mother was very mad at my father. She was very angry, upset, and mad and hurt at my father for doing that to her. And because she had that problem with her because she always had that inside problem with her because I look more like my father when I was younger. I felt like that was some of the reasons of why my mother picked me as a scapegoat. All because I reminded her of my father. And that's some of the reasons of why my mom chose me as a scapegoat. I always felt like that, even younger. And as I started getting like a teenager, when I started like around 12, 13, a teenager, I started thinking and realizing that even college, I would think that at times. I would think that. Because when I was younger, I looked more like my father, and she had a lot of hurt and anger against him. She had a lot. She had a lot of bitterness towards him, and because back then I looked more like him, I reminded her more of him, and she would take out that anger, the bitterness, and the hurt, and the angry and meanness that she had about him. She would take it out on me. She would direct it on me, and that's why she chose me as a scapegoat. Told you. Family secrets. These family secrets and these family anxieties and problems, they put it on a scapegoat. The parents, siblings, and family members, they take all their problems and they put it on the scapegoat as a way to ease their mind, ease their pain, ease their hurt. And my sister, because all because my mother got pregnant with me, my sister was so jealous that my mother got pregnant with me, that she got pregnant. I'm 6 months older than my niece. So my sister was jealous that my mother was pregnant with me. So she was so jealous that she got pregnant. She got pregnant out of spite. My sister is a person that always ran the streets, always hanging out with friends, always traveling. She's not a homebody person. She don't really like children. She's not into children. She was never a homebody person, and still not now. She's not into children. She got pregnant out of spite. It was all spite work. But she got pregnant because she was jealous of my mother being pregnant with me. She did not want me to be born. So she got pregnant out of jealousy, envy, and resentment. She resent that my mother had me. Even to this day, she still resent that my mother had me. She resent that I was born. She resent my birth. She resent me for being here. Even to this day, she still has a resentment against me. She still has a resentment for me. Yeah, so my mother had me, and 6 months later, she had my niece, because me and my niece are 6 months apart. But my mother was pregnant first, and my sister got jealous, so she got pregnant. It's all these family secrets, and she got that family, and deep down she knows that's what she did. So deep down inside and in her mind, she know about her secret. She know her secret was that she was jealous that our mother was having me, and she didn't want me to be born. She didn't want me to be here. She know that, and she got pregnant because of that. She got pregnant out of jealousy. She got pregnant out of resentment. She got pregnant out of spite. It was all spite work. And because she had the issue, because that is a family secret of hers, and she had that issue, so she put her little secret and her issue all on me, because she always had a resentment against me. So she gonna put, so that problem that she had against me being born, she totally put it on me. Because of her problem about me being born, she chose me to be the scapegoat. She chose her problem against me being born, her little secret and problem of that, made her pick me to be the scapegoat. Mm. They say I figured this stuff out. And chosen ones, if y'all start thinking, going back on and reflecting on events and situations that occurred and happened in y'all childhood, y'all get the answer. Y'all realize to see if y'all was also the scapegoat. Just reflect back on your childhood and think about it. Reflect back on your childhood and think about it. Go back down memory lane. Go back down memory lane. Go back down memory lane. If y'all go back down, memory lane, then y'all will see, realize, and get the answer if y'all was the scapegoat of your family or not. Y'all will eventually realize to see if you was a scapegoat of your family or not. I'm not I'm not I'm not gonna make this video too long. Yeah. I'm not going to make this video too long. I'm not going to drag it out and make it too long. If I got more to say on the subject, I'll make a part 2. I'll probably make a part 2 on the subject of being a scapegoat of your family. But I've said enough for right now. Yeah, I've said enough right here, right now. So I'm going to end it. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. I'm going to end this video here. Just a little more, just a little longer. Everybody knows that I stutter. I'm still a stutterer. But when I was younger, I stuttered badly. I stuttered very badly. Stuttering runs on my father's side. I think I got a niece on my father's side that stutters. So stuttering runs on my father's side. And I picked up that trait. I heard it, that trait. And I was young, I stuttered bad. Because I stuttered, my brother would pick on me. My brother and my sister, and even my brother, my sister, and even my mom sometimes. One time, my brother mocked me. He was like, I knew he was doing. I knew he was mocking my stutter. And my mother tried to hide it and cover up and say, your girlfriend must talk like that. But she knew he was talking about me. She said to try to cover it up, but she knew that he was talking about me. And I could help it. Stuttering is a speech impediment. It's a speech problem. It's a brain defect. I cannot help it. It's not my fault. It comes from my father's side. I cannot help that. I can help that I inherited that trait. I cannot help that I inherited and picked up on that genetic stuttering trait and that genetic speech impediment and that genetic, that inherited and genetic speech trait. I couldn't help that I inherited that gene. And my sister times would be like, "What?" And I would like say something because I stutter. I was talking fast, or get stuck, stumble, fumble over words. I would get stuck, stumble, and fumble over words, and I would talk real fast again. Da, 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 da. And my sister was so nasty. It was like, "What? What did you say? What?" She just said it like that, like what? Huh? When she knew I had a stuttering problem. If you know someone got a stuttering problem, never say in a nasty way, "Huh? What? What'd you say? What? Huh?" Never say in a nasty way. You just be nice and polite and say it again. I did not hear you. Slow down and say it slowly. My sister never said that to me. She was like, "Huh? What would you say?" Made me feel more bad about my speech. It made me feel more anxious and more nervous. It got my adrenaline running more. It made me more nervous. It made me feel more bad about my speech. It put me down and made me feel more bad that I could not speak good. I didn't speak clearly. I got bad speech. It made me feel more bad about my speech impediment. And I still stutter. I've improved a lot because on my early videos, I stuttered a whole lot. Y'all know. Go back and watch my old videos when I first started on YouTube. Go back and watch those older videos. Y'all will see I was stuttering. I was stuttering more. I was stuttering kind of bad at times. In some of those old videos, I was stuttering kind of bad, and I was stuttering more. My speech improved because I did work on my throat chakra, and I started believing in myself more. And I guess in me speaking, making videos more, my speech it started to improve and get better. I still stutter. I will always be a stutterer. I always got to think first about what I have to say. I always had to be careful. I tell myself to slow down. Don't talk too fast. I always had to be cautious before I speak. And sometimes think about what I have to say first before saying it. Some people stop stuttering. I heard some people grow out their stutter and just stop stuttering. And some people just stop stuttering. Some people stuttering slows down. Some people just always some people just become mild stutterers. Some people is going to always stutter, but their stutter just slows down and they become mild stutterers, and they stutter sometimes at times or stumble fumble over certain words and letters. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm a mild stutterer. Yeah, I'm a mild stutterer. I'm just a person that's going to always stutter. Yeah, I'm going to always stutter. But I'm grateful and thankful that the Most High and it has helped my speech. I'm grateful and thankful that the Most High and the universe has helped my speech, helped me to speak much better and more clearly than what I used to. Yeah, but I don't let it worry me no more. I just say it's a word. So what if I stutter, stumble, fumble, and mess up and trip over a word? It's just a word. It's just words. I'm like, no one. I say, no one is going to die because I stutter. And no one is going to die because I stutter or I mess up and stumble, fumble over a word. As I just slow down and say it slower. I get calm, relaxed, and I just say it slower. I think about first what I gotta say, and I just say it slower. And I was like, I don't care if it take 10 takes, I'm gonna get it right. I don't care how many takes it take. I'm going to get it right. So that stuttering problem, it doesn't worry and bother me anymore. But the phone, I still hate talking on the phone. All stutterers hate talking on the telephone. Talking on the phone is hard for us stutterers. I still Yeah, but I've got better. I've improved with talking over the phone. I've improved and got better with talking over the telephone. Yeah, but like I say, it doesn't bother worry me anymore because I'm grateful, thankful to speak better. I'm grateful, thankful. I'm grateful and thankful for the improvements in my speech that has occurred. I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed that my speech has improved and gotten better. I'm speaking more better in my videos compared to my older videos. I'm gonna do a comparison one day of my old videos where I'm say stuttering in the old video and I'm say my speech stuttering my speech in the past video and improvements in my stutter speech in a future video. I'm gonna do a comparison one day of those two videos. So I'm blessed, grateful, thankful, blessed. I'm grateful, thankful, and blessed about the improvements in my speech and that I'm able to speak more better, more clearly on these videos now. Yeah, but one day, I'm gonna answer the phone, hello, and I paused. I couldn't get hello out. It's like I stuck. For some reason, I couldn't get out the word hello. I picked the phone up and I could not say hello. Soon I picked up, I could not just say hello. It's like I stuck. It's like I was stuck. It's like the word. It's like I was stuck. I could not get out the word. I was stuck and paused. I paused and was stuck for a few minutes. I could not get out hello. For some reason, I could not get that word out. And my mother was like, and she huffed and puffed and was like, "What's wrong? Why can't I get out hello? Why can't you get it out?" Well, she knew I had a stuttering problem. Because I stuttered, she should know why I was pausing and can't get out. And she should be more compassionate and say, okay, Mikhail, slow down, relax, and take your time. Relax. Think about saying it first. Think think in your mind first about saying the word hello and just say it slowly. Take your time. Slow down, take your time and say it slowly. She didn't say that. She's like, as soon as I hung the phone up, she was like, why are you pausing and taking all that time? Is it hard for you to get your words out? She asked me, is it hard for you to get your words out at times? Even now I talk fast. And my stutter is always with me. It's never completely gone. My stutter is never completely gone. It's always with me. So I have to always be very careful when I speak and talk. As I said, my stutter is with me now. It's with me now. It's always with me. But she asked me, is it hard for me to get my words out sometimes? And I try to play it off because I felt I don't want to be embarrassed. Like I said, no. I was like, no, no, it's not hard for me to get my words out. And she's like, you sure? Because it took you a long time. But I think she would approach me in a more calmer way. I might, as Virgos don't like being embarrassed. Virgos don't like to be made fun of. And Virgos don't like to feel like people see them as being weak and can't do nothing. Virgos don't like being seen. Virgos don't want people to see them as they're not capable of doing something or they're weak. Virgos don't like being seen in that light. Virgos don't want to be seen in that kind of way. So I covered up and say, no, no, fine. I said, I can get my words out. Alana said, I can get my words out. I'm fine. But deep down, she should know. She's the parent. She just say, no, 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 no. I'm taking you to speech therapy. She just as the mother, she knew I studied. But she should not been asking me, what's wrong with you? Why would you pause it and take it long? She should not know. Why'd you ask me, is it hard to get, why'd you ask me, is it hard to get my words out sometimes? I'm like, huh? Why you ask me? Is it hard to get my words out sometimes? Why would you ask me that? Well, you knew I stutter. As a stutterer, you should know that yes, of course, it's hard for me to get my words out sometimes. Duh. Bing. It's obvious. She should know that. Good common sense should told her that. But she just said, I think you're embarrassed. She just said, my mom should have said, Macau, I think you're embarrassed and don't want to admit that you stutter and have this problem. So I don't care what you say. I'm taking you to speech therapy. She, she should have said, you're embarrassed and don't want to admit about your speech impediment and your speech problem. But she should have said, I'm the mother, I'm the adult, and I know what's best for my child. I know what's best for you. I know what's best. And she just said, I don't care. I don't care what you say. I'm the mother, I'm the adult, you're the child, and you got to listen to me. You got to listen to what I say. And I don't care how you think or feel. You got to listen to what I say. And I'm taking you to speech therapy. I felt like she should did that. But she will fuss right away and say, why are you pausing? She huff puff and did this, like saying, what's wrong with you? Why you pause and take it long? And she did that because she picked and chose me as a scapegoat to hide these problems that your child has a speech impediment, your child has a stuttering problem. To cover up that, she tried to block it out of head. She blocked it out of head, and it just fussed at me, and fussed at me like I'm just like she don't. She fussed at me like my stutter was my fault. Is it hereditary from my father's side? A niece of my father's side stutters. She act like it wasn't genetic and hereditary. She act like me stuttering was my fault. She act like I had control over my brain and my tongue, how I speak and my speech. Because she put the blame on me. She blamed she was nasty and mean and hurtful and blamed my she was mean. She was mean, nasty. She was mean, nasty, hurtful, and blamed me for my stutter. She blamed me for my own stutter. Yeah. Yes. She blamed me for stuttering. She made it my fault that I stuttered. And she put that blame on me because I was the scapegoat. She put that blame on me because she picked and chose me as the scapegoat. The scapegoat was to ease her mind that the scapegoat on me was to ease her mind that she had a child that the scapegoat and put the blame on me for my stutter. She put it's my fault that I stuttered. And she did it's my fault that I stuttered. And she put the blame on me because it was to ease her mind that her child had inherited a speech impediment. I don't know why I'm probably getting upset. I don't know why I'm probably getting upset because I'm stuttering more now. I wasn't stuttering as bad at first. I'm probably getting more upset talking about this because I'm stuttering more now. I was not stuttering this bad at first. So I'm probably getting upset talking about it. And that's the reason why I'm stuttering more now. Yeah, but she put the blame on me and made it my fault that I stuttered. And she did that because it was to ease her mind that her child had inherited a stuttering problem. It's ease her mind that it was genetic and inherited from my father. It was inherited and genetic from my father's side. And she wanted to just block out her head and erase out her mind and block she wanted to erase out her mind and block out her head that one of her children had inherited a speech impediment, a stutter. So that's why she blocked it out of her head, erased it out her mind, and put that blame on me. She wanted to just block her head that a child had inherited a speech impediment, a stutter. Her child was a stutter. So she wanted to block that out of her head and put it on me. She blocked it out of her head and put it on me. She made, she made it be my fault that I stuttered. She made it be my fault that I stuttered and put all that blame and put the blame on my stutter. She put the blame on my speech impediment. She put the blame on my speech impediment and the blame on my stuttering problem on me. Yes. She put the blame of my speech impediment, the blame on my stutter, the blame of my stuttering problem on me. She put my speech problem all on me, and she made it be my fault that I stutter. She made it be my fault that I stutter. She made it be my fault that I stutter and had a speech problem. Yes. And she made it be my fault. Yeah. All because I'm a scapegoat. All because I'm a scapegoat. She made it be my fault that I stutter and had a speech problem. And my mother knew that my sister was jealous of me being born. She knew my sister always had resentment, I was envious and jealous of me being born. She always knew that. And at times I felt like she joined in with my sister to team up on me and to pick on me, belittle and down me. I felt like at times she joined up with my sister to put me down. And I was like, and you knew she got bad ways. You know my sister is selfish, bossy, very controlling, and got bad ways, and was always jealous of me, always had resentment against me. She know my sister was always jealous. My mother, know my sister was always jealous and always had resentment against me. I was like, you know this, but at times you join and with her, you know she always was jealous and had a resentment against me. You know all this, but at times you join and with her and help to pick on me. I couldn't believe at times you join and with her. It's mind blowing that at times you join and with her and help to pick on me and put me down. At times, you join in with her and do this to me, all because her and my brother picked on me when I was young. I'm the youngest. Like they say, the older siblings is always jealous of the youngest. So my brother, he picked on me a lot of times. My sister, I was gonna scapegoat. My mother joined in with my sister and picked on me at times and talked bad to me and talked down to me and made me feel bad at times, all because I was picked as a scapegoat. My mother, my sister, brother, mother all picked me as a scapegoat of the family. So that's why I got picked on and talked down to and talked bad to. Yeah. Yep. So they're going to end it here. I'm Mikhail. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Turn on post notifications. Turn the bell so when I drop in, upload a video, you'll be notified. So turn the bell, ding ding ding. And if you like this video, then please give a thumbs up. Ching ching ching. I appreciate all the love and support. And I see you all in my next video. The chosen ones, just all this message was encouraging, inspiring, inspirational, give motivation, gave spiritual enlightenment, spiritual intellectualness, spiritual enlightenment, and motivational. Hope it makes y'all tap and see, to reflect back on and go back in memory of your childhood, to think, to realize, to know if you was a scapegoat. I hope this video help you chose the ones, chose the elect, chose the remnant, to realize, get the answer and know if you was a scapegoat of your family or not. Enjoy the rest of your day of overcoming being a scapegoat if you was that in your family. I'm going to do the rest of my day of overcoming being a scapegoat because I was that in my family. I'll say stay strong, keep your head up, stay positive, don't quit, never give up, stay the course to the end, keep praising Yah all the way to the grave, all the way to the graveyard. And one love to our chosen ones, the chosen remnant, the chosen elect of Israel. I blow y'all kisses. I love you all. Bye, chosen ones. Bye, chosen elect, chosen remnant of Israel. Bye. Bye. And again, one love. I love you all. Shalom, shalom, shalom.